One.
This is the library. Welcome to Rider News.
Big thanks to the library staff for that shout out. Awards, protests, meme compilations, and literature. There's a lot going on this Friday, March 23rd on Rider News. We have a lot to talk about in this week's episode, so I hope you can take it all in. I'm Marissa.
And I'm Sky. You haven't heard already, students from our school participated last week in a national walkout against gun violence. And as respect to the 17 victims of the recent Parkland shooting, let's take a look at Wednesday's events.
As a disclaimer, the views expressed by those in this next video are only reported by Rider News, but do not represent Rider News.
The reason that I personally walked out is that I feel as though what happened 1 month ago with the Parkland shooting in Florida needed a bigger, needed to be recognized as a large national event, which needed an event like this to mourn what happened. And you know, it's a far greater cause than just our school or just our town or just me walking out. It's something that is nationwide, and the students who experienced what happened in Florida have spoken out and created this event, and it became such a national day.
When I found out, it took a while to hit me, but then reading all the news stories and everything like that, it hit me, and I realized that anything like that could happen to any one of us. It could have been this high school, and so I never got really emotional about it until today. And when they read off the names of the people that were killed, that really hit me, because those could have been the names of my friends that had been killed. And so it was a really emotional time for me, realizing that it could be any of us, and something like this needs to be prevented.
I don't think you can really blame it on mental illness when other parts of the world don't necessarily have significantly less mental illness, but like Australia has far less gun deaths, and that's because they have stricter gun laws, not because their mental illness problem is less. So I think that we need to make the accessibility to guns harder, because, you know, yeah, guns don't walk themselves to schools and kill people, but the fact is guns are so easily accessible that people are then using them as the weapon of choice to do that, and I think that that really needs to stop.
We have some great students at Portage High School, and in more ways than one. This student was awarded a scholarship for her musical talent playing the viola. Let's find out more.
So my name is Lauren Waldron, and this award is basically, you send in a CD of what you play, and it's for violists, and it's a national thing, so pretty much people from every state send in their CD of their audition, and then it goes through a regional level first, and so I won the regional level, and then it went to the national level, and I won that as well, so then I get kind of a scholarship award for college.
How long have you been playing instruments?
I've played viola since since 4th grade for 9. For about over 6 months, since the summer sometime, so it's been a long journey, but it's been worth it.
How long have you been trying to win awards?
I wasn't really ever trying to win awards. I was just trying to maybe earn some more money for college. So my mom showed me this award and I decided to apply for it because I thought I might have a chance at winning a little bit of money. So, well, this weekend we have our Bellingham trip coming up at Western Washington University, so we're all pretty excited for that. Mr. Ray's been preparing us for about a month now for that, so it's been a good time. And I play in the symphony as well, so we have concert coming up this month also.
Thank you for letting me interview you.
It's good to remember that a lot of academics are more about developing skills than just reading books and writing essays. But books can be important too, and if you still don't want to read them, Jessica can break it down for you.
If you saw last week's show, you might have noticed a spooky repetition. The purpose of Book Talk focuses around reading, so we might read the right file name this time. Without further ado, let's talk about The Hunger Games.
Hello students, welcome to another episode of Book Talk. Today we're going to be reading The Hunger Games by... It takes place 10 years from now. Nobody got vaccinated for the flu and the humanity is in shambles. Everyone is really poor for some reason, and because of their poverty, they don't remember how to farm or get food for themselves, and everyone's really hungry because of it. Now that the government is under a new world order, they host a big, fantastic feast every single year. From each section of the world, they pick one special boy and one special girl to attend the feast. For the kids that get to go to the feast, it's a huge morale booster, and also they get to rub it in the face of all the poor people who didn't get to eat, so it might encourage them to farm more so they actually figure out how to feed themselves. For some reason though, they just ignore that and they're all just wrapped up in the contest trying to win instead of trying to figure out how to farm food. This becomes the biggest conflict in the whole series. It's the premise of everything. The main character Katniss and her family gather around the big hat where all the names are drawn for the special boy and special girl. Unfortunately though, her sister gets drawn instead of her, so she gets super jealous. She gets so jealous that she just destroys her sister right then and there with the strongest backhand of the land. The announcers are so impressed with her backhand strength that they just pick her instead. The names were already thrown away also, and she just took a long time warming her pimp hand up, so they just picked the next Everdeen because it was easiest. Katniss is now the most honored child of the land, and she attends the feast, and she eats and eats until she's no longer hungry. When she's done with the feast, the government offers her some magic beans to take home to help develop the agriculture in her country. She looks him in the eyes, pops the beans in her mouth, and says, "I'm just gonna win again next year." Katniss then goes on to defeat the Dark Lord and save the Wizarding World once and for all. Alright, if you like this episode of Book Talk, remember to watch it again the next time we have Book Talk on Rider News.
A nice book talk at the end of the week sure is refreshing when you're hungry for knowledge. I say that it's quite a challenge to make it through the month with that one. Wouldn't you agree, Sky?
Yes, Marissa, I always look forward to it. Speaking of challenges, let's see how long these students can make it without laughing in this episode's challenge of the month.
Hold on, I'm already smiling.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm a laughable person.
Alright,
I won't, but Ruby's gonna try. Ruby will try.
Okay, is it recording?
Alright. But I'll swear. What if I swear?
I swear. Alright?
Well, that's a problem, so...
Alright, here we go.
I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. All around me are familiar faces. Просто тише. Давай ружье быстрее, ну.
Go.
Просто тише. Давай ружье быстрее, ну. Просто тише. Давай ружье быстрее, ну.
That's got to be the best part I've ever seen. So it would seem. That's got to be the best part I've ever seen. So it would seem. That's got to be the best part I've ever seen. So it would seem.
Let me see what you have. No!
Yeah. Yeah. That was a pretty good one.